Good evening, Carlos Castro.
Good evening, man. How you doing?
I'm alright. Thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV.
Oh no, man. Thank you for having me here.
Okay, look, you know, no, not a lot of fans are gonna know who you are, so you're gonna have to tell us a bit about you. Tell us first of all your professional career, your record at the moment.
Oh, well, right now at the moment I'm 4-0.
4-0. How many knockouts?
Yeah, one.
4-0 with one knockout. Okay, all right. So where are you from?
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, so from the land of Danny Garcia, am I right or wrong? Is Garcia from that side of the
No,
world? Not Garcia,
no. I
sorry.
think he's from Philadelphia.
Oh, it's Philly. Of course, I keep confusing the two. Emily Pandalakis.
I think so.
Yes, Emily Pandalakis. She's from your neck of the woods. Okay, so talk to me. Tell me about, first of all, why you got into boxing.
Oh, well, I got into boxing because I really liked it. My dad liked it as well. So my dad is the one that got me into it first. He
Mm.
got me to start in it.
How old were you when you started?
So he put me inside another boxing gym, and well, they put me in a spar. I got my ass kicked, but I liked it. I like getting hit. I like hitting people. So I went back the next day and started training hard.
So wait, your accent, you sound like are you Mexican? Do you have Mexican connections?
Yeah, yeah, I live here in Phoenix, Arizona, but I'm actually born in Sonora, Mexico.
All right. So you're another one of these tough, hard Mexicans then.
Yeah,
So all right. So your first experience, you went to the gym and you got beat up. Well, I'm glad that you told me this because everybody who seems to have got in the gym so far I've spoken to, their first experience, they've gone in there and they're all Tysons. They've all knocked everybody out and they've beaten everybody up. So you've actually gone in the ring, your first experience, and got beat up. So we have
yeah,
something automatically to talk about. Um, what did
yeah.
it feel like? What did it feel like getting beaten up?
I felt pretty good. I didn't know nothing about boxing, and the other kid did. He actually made me. I was 6 years old. He made me bleed. He took the air out my stomach. I started crying. I ain't gotta lie about that.
Oh dear. Ouch. So while that was all going on at 6 years old, was there anything that thought in your mind at 6 years old? I shouldn't be here. This is the wrong place for me to be. I made a wrong mistake here. Maybe I shouldn't be in a boxing gym.
At the beginning when I like first when I got in the ring, I'm like, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? But then after that, I like the experience. I'm like, if I get better, I could beat people up. I could make people cry, and here I am.
So within you there was a mentality as almost, well, okay, today I'm getting beaten up, but tomorrow I'm gonna beat somebody else up.
Yeah, that was me. That was me right there. I get beat up today, and then I start beating up people.
So, and your dad encouraged you to go to the gym. Why did he encourage you to go to the gym?
Cause I have an older brother that was in bad steps, and my dad was seeing that, and he's like, I don't want you to be in bad steps. So I told him I wanted to join soccer, but he's like, well, find a soccer team, and then it was kind of hard, so we found a boxing gym, and he's like, you want to box? I'm like, sure, let's try it out. So the first day, that's when I got beat up, and I'm like, oh, screw it, I really like it. It's better
Well,
than being in the streets.
you're gonna have to explain to me how can you enjoy. I never enjoyed when I used to box. I never enjoyed um getting punched in the stomach or hit in the chin. And if somebody hit me on the chin, that for me wasn't a lucky punch. That was me not focusing on my opponent. So I would give them an element of credit, but I could never tell you, well, I enjoyed getting hit. But there seems to be a lot of people out there that enjoy getting hit. I mean, I was talking to Salim um, Soto yesterday, and she was talking about how when she got on the gym and she got hit on the chin, she would get mad and she'd go after, she'd go after her opponents and she'd get like the Hulk. She
Yeah.
says. So it seems that you're similar to that as well.
Yeah, it's a good experience. Some people say, "Oh no, I came in the gym and I started beating people up. I started knocking people out." But me, it's opposite. I started getting my butt kicked. And then I started thinking about that. So I'm like, if I could start getting my butt kicked, but as soon as I learn, I'm gonna start kicking some butt.
Okay, so you went in the gym at 6 years old, right? So
Yeah.
while that was going on, of course, you talked about your brother that was, you know, on the wrong side of the law, as you put it. He wasn't doing the things that you wanted. So, what sort of stuff was your brother doing that had made your dad say, you know what, you're not following your brother. You're gonna come down the gym.
My brother wasn't. He was 15 years old.
Mm.
That's when he started getting in high school and stuff. He started gang banging, started doing
Wow.
graffiti, and then outside of my house, he started fighting like in front of my mom. He was one of those hard headed. He started fighting in front of my mom. He got arrested, stealing cars, doing drugs, having probation,
Wow.
going to jail, and that's all at the age of 15. And then he started growing up, and he just started doing all that stuff, and till he went to jail for like 2 years for shooting a guy.
Wow.
And that's what my dad's like. You ain't being like your brother. You gotta be better than him. You gotta show him you gotta show him the right steps. So that's
This
for me.
that's pretty interesting because I know that reputation is almost everything. For example, Julio Cesar Chavez, his son now, Junior, has, regardless of whatever happens, Julio Cesar Chavez is his dad, so he has to do better than Julio Cesar Chavez. Well, Julio Cesar Chavez is a legend in Mexico. He fought the best to
Yeah.
be the best. He's like a god in Mexico. So now you're his son. You're not built like him. You're taller. You longer arms. You're skinnier. You begin. And people say you can't fight. Well, it's in comparison to his father. You're like, well, of course you can't fight comparison to Julio Cesar Chavez. It's like
Yeah.
real poor comparison. But then I kind of flip it for you now. Castro, the older Castro, he's a bad man. He's a real bad man. He's got a reputation on the streets. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people would say, "Wow, your brother's a real bad man," and street the credit you'd get on the street would be like, "Yeah, little Castro, be careful of him because his big brother could do something to you." Did
Yeah.
that at any point in time think? Did you ever, almost admire what your brother was doing because of the adulation you may have got for being a bad man, as such?
Yeah. Actually, I ain't gonna lie. I started liking what he was doing. People were scared of him. People knew him. We'll walk through the street and they'll be like, "Oh, you're Marcos' brother." My brother's name's Marcos. And like, "Oh, you're Marcos' brother." I'll be like, "Yeah." Like, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's what's up. That fool's a badass. Like, that fool has his rep up here. We all have his back and shit." So I'll look at them and be like, "I don't think so, bro. I don't see nothing badass of that." And yeah, like that admired me. I don't want. At first, I wanted to be like him, but then I started realizing what my mom went through, what my dad went through, just to give us what we want to disrespect him like that. I didn't think so. So I wanted to show my bigger brother that being the medium brother, because I have a smaller brother,
Right.
I wanted to show my smaller brother that he could go on and like too. He could do something he really likes. So this is what I like. I really like boxing, and I'm on my mind. I'm like, I want to get a rep, but I want to get a rep for other people, all my fans. I want to get good reputation. I want people to know me
Wow.
as a
Wow.
badass.
As a badass in the ring.
Yeah, in the ring, I want people to say, "Oh, look, that's the new legend."
Wow, isn't that you mean you've got so many legends to look at? You've got Chavez, you've got Barrera, Morales. You've got so many other Mexican legends out there. I mean, you know, you're spoiled for choice. De La Hoya, you're spoiled for choice. And now
Yeah, yeah.
Canelo, the recent one,
Canelo,
Canelo
the
now.
upcoming. Huh?
Yeah, so it might not. It may go his way. It may not go his way against Trout. We don't know. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I actually think we'll beat him.
You think he's gonna? Well, you've got to go. You've got to go. You think Canelo's gonna win?
Yeah, I think Canelo's gonna beat him. Canelo's so strong.
So there you go. See, so you got. He's Mexican. You've got to back him anyway, haven't you?
Yeah, but Trout, you can't doubt about that fight because Trout's a pretty hard fighter too. He got good experience, man. He got good movement. He's fast. He hits hard. So Canelo got to watch out because he never fought no one like Trout.
Exactly, and vice versa. So now, okay, so so you found that you're pretty decent at this. When was the first time you took your first amateur bout?
As soon as I turned 8.
Okay, 8 years old.
As soon as I, yeah, 8 years old.
Okay, and what did that feel like? That first amateur bout. What were you feeling inside?
I felt good inside because my mom, my aunts, my brother, everybody were my friends were right there and screaming at me. You know, I felt
Wow.
good. I felt important, but we went up there and then I did what I did, and yeah, it was a pretty good fight.
Did you win?
So I felt good.
Did you win?
No, I lost.
Oh, this is even more interesting. You got a great story here. So you get beat
Yeah,
up in the gym, you have your first fight and you lose, but you enjoyed it.
yeah,
The thing
yeah.
is,
You know,
go ahead.
yeah. You know, when you're small, it's important to have fun, to enjoy it. So I didn't really look at it as winning or losing. All I wanted to do is have fun.
Okay,
Let people be my family, make my family happy.
okay.
So
So
they
you,
seem happy.
okay, you lose that first fight, but see, this is again, this interview is so interesting for me because again, I've spoken to fighters and they say to me, "Yeah, I had my first amateur fight and I won my first amateur fight. You have got beat up in the gym your first experience. Now you lose your first amateur bout. Great. So, how do you come? You're 6 years old. You're 8 years old now. You've lost your first amateur bout. What makes you go back to the gym after that? You've just disappointed your family because you didn't win your fight, and everyone's hyped the whole
Yeah,
fight up. You lost your fight. What do you say to your family at 8 years old? Did you cry?
yeah, 8 years old. Yeah, you know, more interesting. I lost my first 3 fights.
What?
Yeah,
So,
more interesting. I lost my first 3 fights.
right, okay. So you want to be on a losing run. Let. So you lost the first fight, um, and you're kind of upset. So you've gone for your second fight
Yeah,
now, and you've lost. What? How did that go?
yeah. You know, that was pretty good, but there was nobody at my weight class at 50 pounds, so I had to fight someone that was 65 pounds, taller, bigger than me.
Wow.
But you know, after that fight, we became good friends because everybody said I won that fight. But since he was touching me more with the jabs, he was bigger, stronger, taller than me. He gave me props. You know, he he even came up to me and gave me the trophy because he said I have won that fight.
Wow, that's so great. It's even in defeat there was victory for you because you fought a guy that was bigger or stronger. That's great stuff. So your third fight,
Yeah, and then my third fight, that one was pretty tough. This kid had like about 11 fights, and that was barely my third fight. He was a little more experienced. So he came in, but he touched me a little more, you know. At that age, we're just about throwing a
yeah.
lot. And then so he touched me a little more. He used more footwork and stuff like that. But it was a pretty close fight. It could have gone either way, but it went to his side. I was happy for myself. My parents were happy. So that's all that mattered.
I do want to mention you about happy, and I want to because I know a little bit more about your career, and I'm gonna move on to that in a minute. Victor Ortiz was smiling when he had the WBC belt. Yeah, Victor Ortiz was smiling when he got in the ring. He was smiling up to the point where he headbutted Floyd Mayweather. He got hit on the chin, got knocked out, yeah, and he got up smiling. He lost his belt, and he was still smiling. Now,
You
to
see,
me, go ahead, explain that to me.
to me, that's a whole different story. This is 8 years old.
Yes,
This is amateurs.
yes.
Now you're in the pros, and the pros are a whole different story. When I go up in the pros in the ring, I'm not smiling. I want to go kill somebody. I want to knock this dude out. I don't want to go up and smile, be friends with him. He even kissed Mayweather. Like, what is that, bro? You know what I mean? Like, he
Wait.
even kissed him.
You tell me, man. You tell me. I don't know. You tell me.
Nothing.
So, so
Like,
we'll move on. We'll move on. Anyway, so you left for the smiling. You've now moved on to a point where, all right, you've lost the 3 fights, but you've progressively, obviously, gotten better and better and better. Okay, so at
yeah.
the point of where you are now, let's move a little further on. Your brother is still doing what he's doing. Was there anything inside your mind around the time when you were losing? Were there any whispers that even at the young age you were, people said, "Man, why are you doing this, bro? Man, you get beat up, you're losing your fights, man. Come on, man, give up, man. Don't box. Go play some soccer somewhere, or go do something else." Did anyone say that to you, or was it just not said?
No, no. Now, thank God that he got deported to Mexico, and now I just want to thank God because he's been a better man.
Okay. So
He had his baby. His baby was just born on March 9th,
yes,
and he's been a better man ever since he got deported. Started working. He's just encouraging me. He's like, bro, keep doing what you do, bro. You're a beast at that. You know, you have us all happy. All we want to do is see you be a world champ, and I know you're gonna do it. So that inspires me more.
absolutely. So now we talk about you. Let's move you on a bit. When did you fight for your first title as an amateur?
As an amateur, it was like around 9 or 10 years old.
Okay. And how did you go with that?
I won nationals. I won Silver Gloves nationals.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
So,
it's a national
okay,
tournament.
you have to explain to me the difference between silver gloves and golden gloves. What's the difference?
Silver Gloves is like from the ages to from 8 to 16, I believe. And
Yes.
Golden Gloves is a whole different story. Golden Gloves is open. It's an open. I think it's from 17 to like 20,
Okay.
30, something like that. It's an open tournament. And Golden Gloves, you have to be a citizen to qualify because that qualifies you to make the USA team.
Ah, so then you would have problems
USA
with
team.
that. Right.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. So, I was looking at your bio. You've won the silver championship quite a few times.
Sorry?
You won the silver gloves a few times.
Yeah, I fought twice, I believe. I won
Yes.
them twice. Yeah,
Okay.
but it was a good experience.
So what was it like when you won your first title, your first silver gloves? What did that feel like? Obviously, you're looking back as a kid, thinking, well, I used to get beat up there, man. I lost those fights there, and now look at me. What did that feel like, being able to transition from loser to winner?
When I won it, we were in Kansas City, and I remember calling my friends and my aunts, and being like, "Oh, I got my first belt" and stuff like that. I was just happy. My mom would record me, and I'm like, "Yes, this is my belt. This is my belt. No one could touch it." Yeah, yeah. And I remember taking it to school, showing it off and stuff like that.
Wow.
So I was I was happy.
So what did you have to do to win? What do you think made you better than the rest? What did you have to do?
You know, that's a national tournament, so you gotta win states,
Okay.
then you gotta win regionals, and then you gotta win nationals.
Okay.
So you gotta fight in all three, four, five. You gotta fight like 8 fights in order for you to win the title.
Right.
So I think I overcame that. I fought all times, every day. People only fight once, twice, but I fought every day, and got me my belt right now.
Wow. And in terms of fitness and training, I mean, what adjustments did you have to make to take part in that tournament? Do you think, from all the other training you did before to be a champion at that? What were the differences that you made in your training, or your trainer did for you?
Well, I had to work a lot on throwing more punches, moving my head, combinations. Because there's a lot of tough opponents over there. Washington, everybody, California. So I had to move on throwing more, and I had to work on my speed more.
Okay.
So we worked on my speed and stuff. Sorry?
Roger Mayweather says that the Midwest has got the best boxers. Is this true?
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Roger Mayweather says that the Midwest have the best boxers. What do you think?
I don't know. That's not true because there's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of talent, and I'm not gonna hate on nobody.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate on different boxers, but you know, I think there's a lot of talent everywhere around the world. There's a lot of talent, so you can't say who has the best boxers or nothing like that. They just have to how can I tell you? They just have to prove themselves.
So, in your journey, when you were fighting in across America, where did you say, like, if they said, "Oh yeah, this guy's from California, or this guy's from New York, or this guy's from Philly"? When you heard from certain areas, which were the states for you that you had to be, what? Oh, this guy's from Cali. Well, he's gonna be a bit tasty because he comes from this gym. Which were the gyms when
Oh,
you were
okay.
going through? Which were the places for you that were tasty? The ones that you think, oh, go watch out for them.
For me was it was Cali.
California.
Yeah,
What the
Cali
fight?
has a lot of tough.
What is it about Californian fighters for you?
What places?
Okay.
Like everyone, everywhere. The whole California is full of good boxers.
It's like that, is it?
Yeah, all California. If they'll tell you you're fighting someone from Cali, you'll be like, oh, like,
Oh,
damn, like I got a hard opponent this time.
so how does Cali, from one side of the world, Cali's West Coast, right?
Yeah,
And then you've got New York, which is East Coast. What are New York fighters like?
New York opponents are tough too. Like I said, everywhere's tough. Every opponent's tough. No opponent's easy. No opponent's easy. You can't underestimate no opponent because on their mind is the same mind on your mind. They want to win.
Wow.
They want to be first to win.
Wow.
So that's on my mind.
Like, of course, America's a massive place. You know, I mean, you could fit England in America so many times over, right? So
Yeah.
you can imagine the amount of fighters you would have to have fought and quality fighters you had to fought. And it's leading me to my next point. As you've now progressed through, along your way, have you met anybody who now you could potentially fight in the pros that are doing well or
It's because
sparring?
they're doing mitts. I can't really hear you.
Okay, I can understand. Okay, it's cool. That's the beauty of being live in a gym doing the interview. Um, when you, I mean, during your journey through the amateurs, are there any amateurs that you know that have turned pro now and are successful that you used to train with?
I didn't used to train with them, but I know them because we went to nationals. We talk, we hang around, we'll play pillow fight and stuff like that. Which is I know Danny Swift Garcia,
Okay,
Randy Caballero from Cali, Gabino Sainz,
okay,
Jose Benavides Jr.
yes,
Who else do I know? Juan Garcia, Donny Boy Orr. I know a lot of big talents out there, and they all tell me the same. Just keep it up, man. You got the talent to be a world champ,
okay.
and that really helps me. That inspires me.
Great, that definitely should help. And you've seen what Danny Garcia's done now. He's a unified world champion. He's got a fight against Abjuda coming up soon, so that's gonna be a good fight. But yeah, so Danny Garcia's got a lot of props. Yeah, he's getting a lot of props. So fair play to Danny Garcia. So moving on. So you've become silver champion. Um, after you've won the silver championship, what happens then?
Me?
Yes.
Can you repeat the question? That's because
Okay, you
there's a
still
lot of
can't hear
noise.
because obviously we're in live from the gym, so it's cool, no problem. So after you won the silver championship, yeah, what happens next? What did you do next? Let me turn this up. How's this? After you
After
won,
there,
yes,
okay, I started training again,
yes,
and I had my first coach, Andrew Soto.
yes,
Right now,
yes.
my manager is my second coach.
Ah,
So when I turned 10, I came with him
right,
because my other coach had to go to Mexico do some business, and he never came back.
right,
So he recommended me with Andrew Soto.
right.
So my dad brought me and talked to him and stuff like that, and after that year, we entered the Silver Gloves tournament again and won it
Okay,
for a second time.
right.
And then we went on just fighting our best, winning. And after that, we conquered. We went to Mexico and won the Mexico national tournament over there. And we just started going. We've been through a lot. He's been taking me to a lot of places, won a lot of tournaments, won a lot of fights. And now look where he's brought me for an all pro boxer.
I know recently they've been the Iron Boy tournament. Talk to me more about what the Iron Boy tournament is or what it was.
Or the Iron Boy tournament.
Yes.
Iron Boy, it's an Iron Boy Promotions.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a promoter.
Okay.
Which is my promoter. You know, they just do events. They're,
Okay.
they're trying to get they're trying to get Arizona back on the block.
Okay.
They're trying to get us to the top. They're trying to help us out. and they're doing pretty good. They're doing a lot of events. Actually, they're doing an event May 17th, Iron Boy 7, which is going to be a big event.
Wow.
One of the big ones they have right now.
So I know you fought on that bill. That's what I was told. You fought on that bill, turning pro, and you won by unanimous decision, I believe.
My last one, yeah, I fought a hard opponent from New Mexico, Jasmine Hall,
Yes.
which which a lot of people criticize him, but they don't know what he has till he gets in the ring. He's a hard coming opponent. Like most people dodge him, but people were surprised that I accepted the fight, and I wasn't surprised at all. All I said is I'm just gonna go do my best, and I know I'm coming out victorious.
Okay. So your record is 4-0 with one knockout. Is that because that you've got a one knockout because the guys you fought are very durable, or is it because you lack punching power? Which one is it?
You know, my first debut fight, it
Yes.
was against Tony Green. He's well, the first round I dropped him twice,
Okay.
and then after that, since it was my first amateur fight, I slacked it. Like not a lot of people say that, but I'm a straight up dude. I slacked it. I got tired in the fourth round, and that's what made it come to a decision. And my second pro fight, this dude, I got him with a body shot, and after that, all he did was run. He didn't even throw no punches. He ran. My third fight, I dropped him. At my last fight, I was catching this dude with big shots, and he just had a hard head, man. I felt his face on my fist, and like everybody was saying me down. He has a hard head. He didn't go down. I'm like, I tried
Yeah.
my best, man.
I,
As long as we got that win.
I remember having a sparring session over in Miami. As the first month I come over to sparring, and I was down in Miami, down in Miami gym, and they nicknamed me London. And in England, I'm throwing these big right hands, and guys are going over, and people getting hurt and stuff. And I'd never sparred a Mexican, and obviously I'd sparred the first Mexican, and the guy. He wouldn't make eye contact with me. He wouldn't look at me. And when he looked at me, he looked through me. I'd never experienced any of that in my life. So the first round comes out, yeah, I'm shifting off. I'm using a jab, doing look all this fancy stuff, and he takes a one step, two step, right? Comes inside and starts whacking my body up, yeah. And normally the punches I would throw and get a reaction, I'd go whack, whack, whack with these shots combinations, and the guy's looking at me and just walking forward, and I'm throwing these combinations like shit. This guy's coming. It was unbelievable the experience because he was so hard headed and so tough and so strong. It was my first experience of dealing with somebody who I couldn't knock over, I couldn't hurt, I couldn't move. How do you deal with something like that?
Yeah, you just gotta be smart. You gotta be smart because they have a weakness. If they ain't going down on the head, you gotta get their stomach. You gotta slow them down. If you slow them down, you'll find a reaction to them. You know, just slow him down to the body, and you'll see that he'll give up by himself.
They say if you can't go to the head, go to the body. If you go to the body, their head will fall, and then you can throw the shots.
Yeah, there you
They,
go.
that's true, but when he was coming at me, I was thinking about my own head and my own body. I got this body shots way too much. So it was a beautiful experience. It's the sense that you're being challenged. You're being challenged. You're facing somebody now who is difficult and is ahead of you. So now you're 4-0 with one knockout. What does the future hold for you?
For me, hopefully we'll start stepping it up a notch. We're fighting 4 rounds. Hopefully we'll start fighting 6 rounds. And we've been talking, and hopefully by the end of this year or the beginning of next year, we'll try to go for a small title. Which the title I always wanted is everybody wants the WBC. I want to start slow. I want to start calm. I want the IBF. So hopefully I'll go for the IBF.
Okay, so what? So like an intercontinental belt or something like that?
Yeah, a small one.
Okay,
Nothing big, Start from the small one and get to the top.
okay. So you're quite happy at the moment. Your situation with the promotion you've got. I know there are fighters that have well documented fighters that have been in positions where the promotion have thrown a lot of money at the fighter, and that means at some point the investment has to come back. So the fighter has to take a gamble. They've got to take a gamble with a fighter and put them in with a tough fight. Is that the situation with you? Do you see it that way for you? Or do you have a situation where you are able to build your career the way you'd like to build it?
No, that's what boxing is all about. A lot of people take the easy fights to get the easy wins. You know, that's why those people get criticized. I don't want to get criticized. I want my fans, my people say know that I've been fighting hard opponents. So now I want to take the if it comes to it, I want to take the gamble. I want to take the coin toss because I know what I got in me to be a world champ. So I'll take the fights. I'll take the fights. Like I said, I'm not backing out from no opponent. They call me. This guy's 6-0. Let's do it.
So you're,
6-0 with 6 knockouts. Let's do it.
so you're up.
I ain't scared of nobody.
You're up for that. You're definitely up for that.
Yeah, I ain't scared of nobody. Like if they call me, and if they give me enough time to get ready, let's do it, baby.
So what weight division are you in at the moment?
Right now I'm at 120, 126, 125, super bantamweight.
Super bantamweight. So all right, there's two guys at super bantamweight that maybe a little further down the line you may want to face. Scott Quick and Carl Frampton. Have you ever heard of them?
No,
Okay, Scott Quick just beat Rendon Monroe. Rendon Monroe for Toshinaki. Toshinaki. Nikioko. Toshinaki Nikioko. The one that Donaire fought recently.
Ponce de Leon.
Bad. No, Donaire.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He fought the Japanese guy, Chinese or Japanese guy fought.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
We beat him. Well, Ronda Moreau challenged him, and the fight went 12 rounds. And then you've had Carl Frampton. Last two fights, he fought Steve Molitor. Do you know Steve Molitor?
No, I don't know him.
Steve Molitor was a two-time champion around your weight division, super bantam, IBF, two-time IBF champion, slick stuff. And then there's Carl Frampton just finished beating his name's Mark. I think it's he just won the European title. So I didn't know how much you knew about the division in terms of outside of America.
I don't really know much about the division right now, but like I said, I won't dodge nobody. Like if when it comes to it, I mean fighting 12 rounds for a title, whoever has it, I'm going for it.
Okay, that sounds
Like
good. Sounds
don't
good.
mind the record, don't mind his name. For me, he's nobody.
In terms,
He's getting in the ring with me.
and you're the man for the business. You're the man to do the job.
Yeah,
So
I'll be the man.
in terms of TV promotions and getting exposure, um, are you able to? Are you part of a network which will be on television, such as maybe like a Showtime or HBO? How does that work for you? How would you have to get onto a network like that? And how does Iron Boy work with something like that? What's the deal with all that?
I don't really know much about it, but I think you gotta like be one of those guys that won't back out for nobody. That just like fighting tough opponents. Cause then those TV commercials, people like that would look at you and be like, "Oh, look at this guy. This guy likes having hard fights. He likes entertaining his fans. People want to see that. People don't want to see two guys just dancing up in the ring. You know what I mean? That's not boxing. Boxing is two guys brawling like Rios and Alvarado.
Yes. So what?
People want to see that.
So what sort of style What sort of style do you bring to ring? I mean, in terms of your style, are you a boxer puncher? Are you a brawler? What are you?
To tell you the truth, I like boxing. I like taking my time, calm, and taking the opportunities that come to me. But if when it comes down to brawling, I'll brawl. I'll brawl smart. Like I'll brawl. Like, but I like being calm, boxing, and then just letting my hands go. Being smart.
In terms of sparring, and you've got guys like uh, Juan Manuel Marquez and Morales and Barrera. Have you ever asked or approached them for sparring for that sort of experience? And have you ever thought about sparring guys like that, or is that something that you wouldn't consider?
We'll consider that, but when we're like stepping to different levels, when we're getting ready for different fights. But right now, I'm getting good at sparring with local talent fighters from here, like Milo Time Garcia, which is record 7-0-1. Alexis Beaver Santiago, 11, no, 12, 3-1. Um, who else?
You mentioned Benavides, didn't you, Junior?
Benavides Jr. He's big. He's in a different weight class.
What weight class is he in?
He's in he I think he fights around 147.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah, so he weighs too much.
Bit too big
But
for you.
yeah, but there's a lot of talent here that help me spar and stuff like that. So I feel confident when I spar them. Like I'll spar Victor Castro, which is another prospect, 8-0. I spar a lot of those type of guys, that help me out a lot, and I feel comfortable sparring them. They put pressure on me, I put pressure on them, and it's good sparring.
That's excellent stuff. So, I mean, in the future, do you have any plans of coming to going boxing in Europe or anything like that?
Sorry.
Do you have any plans of boxing in Europe in the future?
Well, in the future, like I said, I can't really predict the future, but I want to step it up. I want to start fighting the best at my weight class. Hopefully, we'll start fighting the other prospects. I want to get on top. I want to get on top of the ladder.
And two more things. Question number one is, if you could fight anybody as a dream bout, who would it be?
Mm. Let me think. As a dream bout.
A dream bout.
Um, I would like to fight. I would like to fight Mayweather.
Mayweather, as a dream fight, it'd be Mayweather. Why would you fight Mayweather?
Mayweather, because they say, you know, I'm a big fan of Mayweather, but like as I keep seeing on fight, I keep seeing errors, mistakes he does. So people don't really see that. People don't look at that. And I would say like I would like to fight him. When we both step it up, like we'll put our titles into the line and make the best man win.
So that would be a dream fight for you. Okay.
Yeah.
And one final thing. I want to know a message to your fans. Have you got a message for your fans?
Yeah, I just want to say to keep supporting me, keep watching my fight, keep keep the intention going for boxing.
Okay.
That
And if
hopefully one day we'll be on the top.
okay, and if they want to follow you on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, if you're on Instagram, let me know. What are
Yeah,
they?
if they want to follow me on Facebook, they could just go to my fan page, which is Carlos Castro,
Yeah.
or on Twitter, they could go at Castro Boxing,
Okay.
and they could follow me there. They'll see a lot of updates I put, a lot upcoming fights, upcoming media work, sparring days. Just come and see it's good sparring. Support the local talents here in Phoenix.
Right. Also, your Twitter page. Do you run your Twitter page?
Yes.
Right. And you follow people back, and do you respond? Do you talk back to people often?
Sorry.
Do you talk back to fans often on Twitter?
Yeah, I write back to them when they have any questions or they want to talk or they got anything. Yeah, I write back to them. I'll respond to all my fans.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Castro, thank you so much for the interview. I really appreciate it. Wish you all the
Nah,
best.
man.
Thank you so
Nah,
much.
man. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me here, man. It's a total blessing.
I've really enjoyed talking to you, to hear about your career, to talk from somebody who's so honest and open. It's not the typical, I came out and I did this and I did that and it was like this. So much more to you. And, you know, I'm trying to get as many fans as I can to get behind you and support your career. I'll be following you on your career as well by Bayloric TV. We're right behind you and we're wishing you all the very best.
All right, thank you, man. Have a nice day.
Shout out to your trainer, Andrew Soto, who's doing a great job with you, and with Sulem as well.
All right, man. Thank you very much, man.
Thank
Have
you,
a
man.
great day.
Take care. Bye bye.
Okay.